You're listening to Spring River Chronicle. Audio on the go.
First National Banking Company. Get checking that pays with Super Plus Checking at FNBC.
Alcohol on ballot. Wet or dry, Sharp County residents will get the chance to vote on November 6th. By Jody Shackelford. If you want to buy alcohol in Sharp County, driving 16 miles to the Missouri state line is second nature. The county has been dry for as long as most residents can remember, 70 years. However, the leaders of the Save Energy Reap Taxes initiative want to make the county wet again. More to the point, they want to give the citizens of Sharp the opportunity to make the decision for themselves. Recently, the leaders of Save Energy Reap Taxes petitioned to get the alcohol vote on the ballot for the upcoming election on November 6th. It's a go. There is nothing that can stop it now from being on the ballot, Jerry Adams, a representative of SERT and member of the Cherokee Village City Council, said. For the members of SERT, having the vote on the ballot has been quite the challenge. In 2008, SERT made its first attempt for a petition, which was challenged by the court. According to the judge, some of the signatures on the petition were invalid. First, because there were 12 signatures per page, it was determined that they could have been forged. A handwriting expert in court contested this fact. Second, the signatures were notarized by the notary public in batches, without each person in attendance. This is an illegal practice. We have to get 38% of the registered voters, Adams stated, in order to be added to the ballot. Due to the issues with the signatures, SERT missed the mark the first time around but learned many valuable lessons. 2 years later, SERT tried again, with the same results, for different reasons. Adams stated, they changed the state law concerning getting petitions on the ballot, and didn't tell us until the day after the deadline. SERT assumed they had 30 days to turn in the petition, which was ample amount of time prior to the sudden change in the law. Another voting year came, and went without the wet or dry petition on the ballot for Sharp County. During this time, SERT had 2 lawsuits filed against them. One group claimed that selling alcohol would be bad for the county, a claim that SERT continues to refute. The second group was backed financially by companies selling alcohol in neighboring counties. In reference to the group that feels alcohol would be harmful to the citizens of Sharp County, the members of SERT feel otherwise. SERT wants to keep the tax dollars in Sharp County that are currently being given to Missouri bars and alcohol vendors. We need a hospital around here desperately. Let's get this county wet. Let's tax alcohol sales and use those tax dollars to get us a hospital. Even if you don't drink, you're going to get a hospital, Adams said. It seems, for SERT, the third time is the charm. As for the necessary signatures, Adams said, we needed roughly 4,100 names, we had 700 extra to the good. Adams adds that they had to wait for 10 days to see if the petition was contested, and that period has come and gone. The citizens of Sharp County will finally have the opportunity to decide if they want to live in a wet or dry community. Let the people decide. Your vote is as good as my vote, Adams stated. If you don't like it, vote against it.
You're listening to Spring River Chronicle. Audio on the go.
First National Banking Company. Get checking that pays with Super Plus Checking at FNBC.
Bus burns. Tour bus catches fire in Highland, then careens out of control in Hardy. By A.K. Barnes. A fire engulfed the back end of a tour bus carrying Christian country music artist Steve Garner August 4 on Highway 62 in Highland. There were no injuries. The bus carrying Garner was coming from West Plains, Mo, where Garner had just attended an awards show. Garner, who was the only passenger, managed to exit before the flames took hold. Fire Chief Cal Dienst, who was driving from an event in Highland, arrived at the scene after receiving a call from one of his volunteer firefighters about a motorhome with a cloud of black smoke. Deans said that as he pulled up to the scene he immediately could see fire coming from the engine compartment in the back of the bus. In less than a minute the rear of the bus was fully engulfed, Deans said. I was able to get a quick response from my men, because they were waiting at the station for me to make the call. Deans added, we are not sure how the fire started at this time. The bus had a rear engine, and we are looking into the possibility of mechanical issues. Shortly after the fire was quenched, the tour bus was being towed en route to Dales Wrecker service in Ravenden, when the back bumper broke loose, sending the fire-damaged bus across the highway and down an embankment near Coldwell Banker and Hardy. Again, fortunately, no one was injured.
You're listening to Spring River Chronicle. Audio on the go.
First National Banking Company. Get checking that pays with Super Plus Checking at FNBC.
Probation for Main Street. With reduced funding, Main Street Hardy, Incorporated is in violation without a paid director. By A.K. Barnes. Main Street of Hardy, Incorporated, a local organization which promotes commerce, events and fundraising for the revitalization and preservation of downtown Main Street, has been placed on probation as of press time for violating a Main Street, Arkansas regulation mandating that all members have a paid executive director. Main Street Hardy Executive Director Al Court was hired in June 2011 to lead the organization, but as of June 2012 he is donating his time as an unpaid volunteer. According to Mark Miller with Main Street Arkansas, the governing body that supports Main Street organizations statewide, all Main Street organizations must have a paid executive director in order to be a part of the state-sponsored Main Street program. The probation period will last until November, at which time Main Street Arkansas will review Main Street of Hardy's situation regarding a paid director. Hopefully they will be back in compliance late this fall. They really need to take a multi-pronged approach to fundraising, some from the city, some from private donors, some from events and so on, Miller said. We are one of 4 Main Street programs that have been placed on probation this year, Court said. The reason for the probation is that our funds have been reduced significantly. For years, the city of Hardy has funded the Main Street of Hardy program but, according to state auditors, the city is no longer able to provide financing because of a law restricting the use of city funds. We have a new auditor now and he pointed out that the city was not allowed to donate money to groups not the Girl Scouts or Boy Scouts, Hardy Mayor Nina Thornton said. The city of Hardy currently provides office space for Main Street of Hardy in the lower level of the Hardy Gym. Al and I have met, and we are discussing a future plan to keep a viable Main Street organization, Thornton said. Thornton said she will be joining the group as an individual member to show her support. I will be happy to join the Main Street program. It is like a chamber of commerce in a way. If everyone would donate $50, they can afford an executive director. I hope everyone joins, she said. According to Court, he chose to stay with the program even when the money ran out, because he believes in the cause. I guess you could say that I have become emotionally attached. This program is direly needed and we have to find a way to keep it, he said. I know I can't do it forever, but we have a new board and some really creative fundraising ideas to make it work and get us back into compliance with the state. The mayor has been working with us. We all face the same challenges and we are working toward the same goals. Main Street of Hardy spearheads various events, such as the Hardy Gun and Knife Show, Hardy's Got Singers, and the Hardy Junk and Jam. The program focuses on the downtown Hardy area and works to boost tourism and revenue for the businesses along Main Street. For more information on the Main Street of Hardy program, contact Al Court at 870-635-2113.
You're listening to Spring River Chronicle. Audio on the go.
First National Banking Company. Get checking that pays with Super Plus Checking at FNBC.
Backpack Extravaganza. Over 4,000 people attend the 2012 Backpack Extravaganza at the Highland Assembly of God. By A.K. Barnes. More than 4,000 people braved the heat for Highland Assembly of God's third annual Backpack Extravaganza outreach on Saturday. The event was held at the Highland Assembly of God, where children from across the region received school supplies, shoes, clothing and backpacks for the upcoming school year. As members of the church and community pulled together to volunteer their time, the parking lot was full and the heat was on, but that didn't stop children from receiving over 750 backpacks, 500 pairs of shoes, over 200 haircuts, and a multitude of other services. It's great to be part of a community that comes together to take care of its own, showing God's love in its own way. Our area is a great area to call home, Pastor Clem of Highland Assembly of God said. According to event coordinator Barbara Milton, the event started as part of a larger community outreach. Inspiration for the Backpack Extravaganza came from the Significant Church Network, a network of rural churches that pooled their ideas, concepts and resources to help communities around the United States. Pastors Chris and Tricia Clem had a vision of an event that was designed to equip area students with the tools they need to succeed in school. They had heard of other churches in Shenandoah, Key, and Clovis, NM, doing this. She said, "We want to make a difference in the community. We want to touch hurting people, and to let people know that somebody loves them." According to organizers, it was not only the Highland Assembly of God that volunteered their time. Other surrounding churches as well as local businesses and organizations were also a part of the event. First National Bank provided train rides the entire day. In addition, booths were set up with information from places such as Ozarka College, House of Luke, New Beginnings Pregnancy Center, Fred's Dollar Store, Simmons First Bank, the Highland Fire Department and many other supporters. Local law enforcement volunteers were on hand to do fingerprinting for the children. We've got Stan Haney, Sheriff Mark Counts, Jeff Hamilton and others that have come out to help do fingerprinting for the kids' records at school, Officer Steve Chisholm said. Members of the Cherokee Village Lions Club provided vision screenings for the children in the Highland Assembly of God Sanctuary. Local hairstylists offered free haircuts for the children. Tommy Duncan, owner of Tommy Hair Figures, said they gave 250 to 300 haircuts altogether. Highland School District representatives also came out to do.
Thanks for listening to Spring River Chronicle Audio on the Go. Be sure to subscribe to the paper and check us out online at myspringriver.com.